Good morning, students. In this video, we will start new chapter, that is chapter number 3, acid, bases and salt, which is given on page number 37 of your book. Students, in this chapter, we will study in detail about acid, bases and salt, that is their preparation, properties and uses. First, introduction of the chapter. Various scientists gave various definitions of acid, bases, and salt. According to few scientists, acids can be identified by their sour taste and base by soapy touch. That is, acids have sour taste and bases have bitter taste and they are soapy in touch. According to few scientists, acids and bases are recognized by the indicators, means indicators are a chemical substances which changes their color in the nature of the solution. Nature of the solution here means whether the solution is acidic or basic. Depending upon the solution, they change their color. So from the change in the color, we can identify whether the substance is acid or base. Then afterwards, Levenshire and Davy studied the term acid, bases and salt on the scientific basis. According to them, acids are the substances which have hydrogen ion as their constituent element in the form of proton. I repeat, all acids must contain hydrogen as their constituent element in the form of proton. For example, HCl, hydrochloric acid, contain hydrogen ion, sulfuric acid, H2SO4, that also contain hydrogen ion, and nitric acid, HNO3, that also contain hydrogen ion. And according to them, base is either metallic oxide or metallic hydroxide. Metallic oxide, for example, we may take Na2O, it is a base. Hydroxide form we can take KOH, that is also a base. And ammonia solution means NH4OH, that is also a base. And according to them, salts are the substances which are formed when acid and base they react together. So one by one we will do in detail. Let's start with the first part of the chapter, that is acids. Word acid is derived from the Latin word acidus, which means sour. That means all acids are sour in taste. That is why there are some food which are sour in taste due to the presence of acids. One table is given in your book. So name of the acids you have to learn that which acid is present in which food stuff. For example, acetic acid is present in vinegar. Citric acid is present in all citrus fruits like oranges and lemon. Butyric acid is present in rancid butter. Hydrochloric acid in gastric juice, formic acid, string of beans and ants, lactic acid in sour milk, malic acid in apples, oleic acid in olive oil, oxalic acid in tomatoes, stearic acid in fats, tartaric acid in grapes, and uric acid in urine. So now come to the definition of acid. Acids are defined as the compounds which contain one or more hydrogen atom and when it is dissolved in water produces hydronium ion as the only positively charged ion. Now let's take an example of HCl. HCl, when dissolved or in aqueous form, it gives us two ions, one positive and another negative. Positively ion hydrogen is produced and negatively ion chloride ion is produced. When this hydrogen ion released from HCl is dissolved in water, it results in the formation of hydronium ion through a coordinate bond. That is, H positive combines with Oxygen, which has a lone pair, or you may say lone pair of oxygen, is denoted to H positive and forms a coordinate bond and results in the formation of hydronium ion. So HCl is an acid which when dissolved in water gives us hydronium ion. Now students, what is this hydronium ion? Hydronium ion is also known as hydrated hydrogen ion. The word hydrated is from water, and when water combines with H positive, then it forms hydronium ion. Therefore, it is known as hydrated hydrogen ion. Other example you may take of sulfuric acid, that is also an acid. When it is dissolved in water, it results in the formation of two molecules of hydronium ion, and along with that sulfate ion is produced. So as hydronium ion is produced, therefore it is also behaves as an acid. Now next topic is classification of acids. First type is depending on their source. On the basis of source, acids are classified into two main categories, organic acids and inorganic acids. Now come to first organic acids. The acids which are obtained from plants or animals, they are known as organic acid. Organic basically means from natural sources. Second thing, these acids contain carbon and hydrogen. For example, oxalic acid, which is present in tomatoes, is organic acid which contains carbon and hydrogen. Second thing, they are weak acids. They do not ionize completely. Therefore, they contain molecule as well as ions. Due to its weak nature, we can easily eat in our foodstuffs. Second type of acids are inorganic acids. The acids which are obtained from minerals are known as inorganic acid. They do not contain carbon. Only one exception is there, that is carbonic acid, which is a weak acid and is obtained from minerals. Now, other example of inorganic acid are HCl and HF. These are strong acid because they contain ions only. Moreover, they completely ionize in water and they are harmful for us. The second type of classification is depending on their composition. Depending upon the composition, acids are classified as oxyacids and hydroacids. First, oxyacids. Acids which contain oxygen, hydrogen, and along with that some non-metallic element. For example, in HNO3 we have hydrogen, we have oxygen, and a non-metallic element, that is nitrogen. Same way, in sulfuric acid we have hydrogen, oxygen, and a non-metallic element, that is sulfur. Hydroacids are the acids which contains hydrogen along with some non-metallic element. For example, HCl and HBr. Here hydrogen is present. In HCl, non-metallic element is chlorine, and in HBr, non-metallic element is bromine. Next type is depending upon their basicity. Basicity here means the number of hydronium ion produced by ionization of one molecule of that acid. I repeat, basicity here means number of hydronium ion produced by ionization of one molecule of that acids. So first type under this is monobasic. Monobasic means it produces one hydronium ion on ionization in water. For example, HCl contains one hydrogen. Therefore, when it is dissolved in water, it produces one molecule of hydronium ion along with that Cl negative. So as it produces one hydronium ion, therefore it is known as monobasic. Mono means one, so basicity is one. So same way we may say When such type of acid combines with base, complete replacement is there and results in the formation of salt and water. Such type of salts are known as normal salt, which is formed by complete replacement of hydrogen ion of the OH of the base with the negative part of the acid. Now come to the note. One note is given in your book on page number 39. Let's read that. It must be emphasized here that the basicity of an acid depends not on the number of hydrogen atom in a molecule, but it depends upon the number of ionizable hydrogen atom. Now, what is the meaning of this line? Let's take an example of acetic acid. In acetic acid, we have total 4 hydrogen, that is 3 attached to this carbon atom and 1 attached to COO. But out of this, when acetic acid is dissolved in water, it produces only 1 hydronium ion after breaking of this bond. Or you may say, when acetic acid is dissolved in water, this hydrogen is released or removed and combines with water to form 1 molecule of hydronium ion, and along with that CH3COO negative is formed. So we may say that out of 4 hydrogen, only 1 hydrogen is ionizable, and that hydrogen combines with water and results in the formation of 1 molecule of hydronium ion. Now come to second type. Second type is dibasic acid. Dibasic means which produces 2 hydronium ion on ionization. For example, sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid contains 2 hydrogen atoms. Therefore, when it is dissolved in water, it will produce 2 hydronium ion. Let's write the reaction. Sulfuric acid, when dissolved in water, it results both the hydrogen will combine with water, forming hydronium ion. How many hydronium ions? 2 molecules of hydronium ion plus SO4 minus 2. But this reaction takes place in 2 steps, students. In the first step, what happens? H2SO4 dissolved in water, 1 of the hydrogen will combine with water, forming 1 hydronium ion plus HSO4 negative. Then this HSO4 negative again combined with second molecule of water. This H positive will combine with water, forming second molecule of hydronium ion. Along with that, SO4 minus 2. So 2 molecules of hydronium ion is produced. That is why it is dibasic in nature. So if we want to write the salt formation, NaOH plus H2SO4, first incomplete replacement will be there, resulting in NaHSO4 salt plus water. NaHSO4 is known as acidic salt because it is formed by incomplete replacement of OH of the base with the HSO4. As hydrogen is present here, therefore it is known as acidic salt. Second step, we may write NaHSO4 or sodium hydroxide, 2 molecules, when combines with sulfuric acid, undergoes complete replacement and results in the formation of Na2SO4 plus water. Such salt is known as normal salt, where there is complete replacement of OH with the OH negative with the sulfate ion, resulting in the formation of normal salt. Same way, the third type of acid is known as tribasic acid, which produces 3 hydronium ion on ionization of 1 molecule of acid. For example, we can take the case of H3PO4. Right. Let's write different steps. H3PO4 first dissolved in water and produces first molecule or one molecule of hydronium. Out of two hydrogens, one hydrogen will combine with water, forming hydronium ion plus H2PO4 is left. Then in the second step, this H2PO4 negative will combine with water. Second hydrogen will combine with H2O, forming H3O positive plus HPO4 minus 2. Then in the third step, HPO4 minus 2 will combine with third molecule of water, forming this hydrogen will combine with water, forming third molecule of hydronium ion plus PO4 minus 2. So 3 molecules of hydronium ions are produced. That is why it is known as tribasic acids. So if we want to write the salt formation, how we can write? Let's take an example of NaOH plus H3PO4. It gives NaH2PO4 plus water according to first step, this one. Then second, NaOH again combines with H3PO4 to give us second type of salt, that is Na2HPO4 plus water according to second equation. Then same way, third one, NaOH plus H3PO4 give us Na3PO4 plus water according to the third equation of ionization. So these two will form acidic salt as it is formed by incomplete replacement of hydrogens, and this is known as normal salt because it is formed by complete replacement of hydrogen. As it contains hydrogen, therefore it is also known as acidic salt. As it does not contain hydrogen, it is known as normal salt.